Good morning, everyone. This is Brad, the Cooking Critic Cleric. It's Brad. I cook and I'm critical and I'm me. And I want to give you my impressions about a TV show that a lot of people are asking me about, The Good Doctor. It comes on ABC, stars the guy who was Norman in the Bates Hotel show. The premise is that we have a young future pediatric surgeon named Sean who is on the autistic and savant spectrum, who is basically, let's just say it's House with an autistic character this time. It's the same writers who did House. It's the same kind of medical drama, but with the twist of the main character being on the autistic spectrum. So a lot of people, of course, knowing me being the father of an autistic child, ask, what are your opinions? What do you think about it? What do you like about it? You have to see it. Sometimes I've been asked, what do you think? Just that you have to see this. I want to give you just kind of my impressions about the whole thing. I don't even know where to start because there's a lot to unpack. First thing, I'll be a little upfront. I don't really care for medical dramas all that much. I watched a little ER way back in the day, mainly because I had Alan Alda at one point as a special guest star, and yay MASH. Never got into House, don't care about Grey's Anatomy, and even though I don't watch these shows, I know the tropes, and there's so many tropes on this show. Everything's on a timeline, and we gotta go, and anyone who goes into this hospital is going to have a major problem, followed by a major problem, and then a twist on that major problem. I mean, the pilot, the poor 8-year-old kid nearly gets killed 4 times. So you gotta go through that. Also, everyone in a medical drama is a jerk. Everyone's a jerk to everyone. They're also extremely attractive looking people. Like, you want to be a doctor, but okie dokie, but we gotta be buttholes to everyone, and I'm gonna take your job, and you can't do that, and I'm the boss, and no, you're the boss. And rah, 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 rah. It's a very unlikable hospital. I would never want to go there. I'll say this about Sean. I'll first kind of break this down as a character first. He's extremely likable. I really wasn't sure him being depicted in the autistic savant way, if it would be a sympathy character, or if he'll be able to stand up on his own, or how he would be portrayed, how he would be acted. He's acted, in my opinion, quite well. Just on a level that he's likable, he's engaging, you really want to know what he thinks, you like when you find out what he thinks. Very nice, empathetic young man that is awkward and, goes along with the territory, but certainly one that you want to watch and pay attention to. Frankly, when it goes to a subplot without any of the other characters, I'm like, no, I don't care about these people. They can all be fired. Go back to Sean. He's the only one who's worth watching. And I think most people watch it because they want to see Sean. They want to see what he will be up to next, or how he will engage with this person or the situation and so forth. I think he is the draw to this program, to this medical drama, which is House 2.0 / Doogie Howser. Yeah, it's Doogie Howser and House and Rain Man, I guess. I've watched up to the 3rd episode, and I'll say I freaking hate the pilot, but I really enjoyed the 3rd episode. I was surprised. It had a very good storytelling element to it, and I don't know, it was just better writing, better action. Took the plot in a couple interesting ways, which I thought was kind of neat. And even for Sean's case, that he sees things in a different way than normal people do, and that's very true. So that was kind of cool. As an autistic character, I'm a little, it's not the fault of the show, but I have a couple of gripes. And a lot of it has to do with just media and how media portrays autistic people. And this is a fact, that almost everyone that is depicted in media, whether they're a character or a supporting character, main character, and I'm going to put the list right here of all of these examples. Almost all of them are high-functioning autistic peoples. Very high-functioning. What does high-functioning mean? It means that they, even in their awkwardness, are self-sufficient. They can handle most social situations. They can communicate. They can freaking talk, or talk well enough to be able to express themselves, their emotions, their thoughts, etc. They're always high functioning. And almost all of them are savant. Savant is I guess, the easiest one to depict, and the one that people like to talk about, that every autistic child or person, well, they have a super duper superpower talent that they can do that you can't. But the percentage of that is very low. It's only 10% of autistic peoples are in the savant category. But interesting that of those who are in the savant category, almost half of them are autistic, which is kind of a neat category. And the savant can be anything from good memory, guys who can recall things on a calendar and what they were doing at that exact moment in years past, extremely good at music or memory. I already said memory. All that. It's the easiest story to tell, but most autistic people, they may have really good gifts or talents, but not savant category. And almost everyone who's depicted in media, in storytelling, film, television, is of a savant, which I find that to be a lost opportunity. What about the rest of them? But you're not interested in that. You want a good story, and the people of House want to deliver you that good story. So there you have it. While you may watch this and you may think that, I am going to caution you very hard. Do not think that while watching this, you are getting a glimpse of what the life of an autistic person looks like. I think most people will try not, but it's almost inevitable you're going to make comparisons. And I'm going to try to caution you not to. Because every person who's on the spectrum has a different experience and a different story and different gifts and different challenges. And it's no different from comparing Sean to my son Will. They have things in common and they have things that are very different. I'd love for my son to talk as well as he does. He can't, at least not yet. But that's just something to keep in mind, and that's kind of a gripe I have with media in general. And that's just the way it's going to be. Another complaint I have about the show, and this one's huge. I'm going to cuss. No, I'm not. I hate the backstory. The backstory is garbage. I cannot stand his backstory, flashback, past. It is absolute crap. Why? Because it's unnecessary. That's why. Yeah, I'm getting a little mad. I don't understand why the writers believe that you need to have your autistic character to come from a traumatic background of an abusive father who kills your pets, and a mother who is absent, and it's the little brother's going to take care of you, and they're going to live on their own. Yeah, I guess it's spoilers, but I guess you kind of knew that. And then, we got to have the brother who's going to go now and just, whoa, this poor kid, Sean. If he wasn't autistic, you would feel bad for him with this backstory. Seriously. And they keep going back to it, and I found myself fast forwarding through the flashbacks. And you will find out, if you try that, you don't miss anything. It's completely unnecessary. It is a shameless attempt to stab at your little heart and get you to feel bad when you already have an autistic character you're already going to feel for. As most of the characters in the story do. But no, we keep going to the flashbacks, and it's just bullcrap. I hate them. I would quit the show on that alone. But in the present day, it's not bad. It's not precisely my cup of tea, and I can say that because my wonderful, beautiful wife made me a cup of tea, see? It has its moments. The 3D thinking that he does, I think it's not a bad gimmick. It's a gimmick, but it's not a bad gimmick for the rest of the normal audience to kind of process as he does. I'll give you a couple of my favorite moments. How's that? And it's all from the third episode, Oliver, which I thought actually was pretty good. One, when he's riding in the helicopter, before he has his ears covered. I know that sign. But he's enjoying the reverberations. He's enjoying watching the machinery work. He's processing it differently. I thought that was kind of cool. And secondly, watching the side character, the girl, nurse, whoever her name is, I don't know, and I don't care. But watching her trying to engage Sean as they got deliver, and it was a time for them. But watching her trying to engage with him, I thought actually was pretty well done. It was cool. Now the last thing. Will I continue to watch this show? No. I'm not interested. If I was a medical show junkie, I probably would. It's well done, even though all the characters save 2 are jerks. Maybe 3. jerks. That's not enough for me. The Sean character, he's engaging, he's cool. It'd be cool to see where he goes. But I just don't, it doesn't pull me like it might pull you. So if you want to watch it, go for it. But my impressions are, it's okay. But it's a very optimistic view of autistic people. And I think that bugs me, because not every story is going to be a happy, good story. And not every story is going to be of the savant kind. I don't know if my son Will is a savant. Probably not. But that doesn't mean his stories aren't worth telling. And that's what I do. I tell them all the time. And not because I think he's exceptional, but because what I believe what he does and what he overcomes is exceptional. And that's good storytelling. And that's just a good story. I like it if they would have done that, but there it is. My one word of advice, if you're going to keep watching The Good Doctor, enjoy Sean for who he is. Not because he's autistic. Enjoy him for who he is and what he brings to the table and what humanity he brings to this rather dysfunctional hospital. There, I said it's dysfunctional. But enjoy him for that. Don't enjoy it because he's autistic and you're going to learn something from that. You can't do that from watching a TV show. You do that from the people you know and share a room and break bread with. And if you're in my church circle, you know that through Will. That's your example. And that's the relationship you have. As for an autistic character in the show, it's a cool premise. It's done relatively well with a couple of big caveats. But enjoy. I would suggest just enjoy it because you like him and not because of what he has been diagnosed with. And that might be a good lesson for you in general, that for any other person that you meet on the spectrum, that love them for who they are and not because they have a disability. Love them for what they are able to do and what they overcome. And that's true for any of us, but especially for these special people. Will Will watch this when he gets older? I don't know. If he does, that'd be cool. We'll try it out. But till then, we're going to stick with ninja training and music, and it'll be cool. So for those of you who keep watching, enjoy. But I am officially now getting off the wagon. But I'm glad I did. So now I can talk about it intelligently. Thank you all so much. God bless. And I will talk to you later. Bye-bye. Oh, and may the force be with you.